Hello, I'm Madeline from Sheen Slings, and this is the Soul Lali carrier. Now, they sent me this to review, and I was really excited to try it because it's really lightweight, and there really aren't many lightweight carriers on the market that offer a range of different positions, including outward facing. Often, most of the carriers that offer outward facing are quite structured to overcome the fact that baby's weight's pulling away from you. There are some lightweight options, but they don't always offer the best position, so I'm really excited to give this a go and see what it's like. So let's shake it out and we'll go through it together from the bottom up. So let's start at the waistband, and the first thing to say about this waistband is, I don't know if you can hear this, like, it feels really crunchy and not really nice. It is quite stiff, and it's sort of medium wide. It's quite wide, but it's certainly not as wide as like a Tula or something. And it's not overly bulky. It's quite flat how it sits against you. And we can pop it on, and yeah, get a sort of reasonable fit and get it nice and snug. But yeah, this waistband does feel quite crunchy and a bit thing. Yeah, not the nicest feeling waistband. I've certainly felt lightweight waistbands that have felt better, and heavier weight ones that have felt better. The other thing to say about the buckles is they're quite hard to release, but also they feel quite. They've got a loud click, but that's fine. But they don't feel the nicest buckles I've used. Kind of don't feel quite as yeah, they just don't inspire as much confidence as some others that I've tried. They're not awful. I've definitely had worse. I definitely would say the Infantino ones are worse, but they're more like the Infantino ones than the buckles you see on a lot of other carriers like the Ergos and the Tulas and the Beckos. We have, however, got a really nice adjustment system. So I don't know if you can see in here, we've got some Velcro, and we can very simply adjust this for different ages and sizes of baby. And they've got some really basic stitching to sort of mark out 3 zones, similar way to like an Ergo or a Tula. So let's put this in the medium zone for my baby today. But you don't have to adhere to the lines, you can go between them. You can go between them to get a perfect fit. So I like that. I like that flexibility that you can get an absolutely perfect fit for the age and stage of baby. We've got a safety elastic if you choose. Let me stand up so you can see that. We've got a safety elastic here if you choose to use it. So I can bring that through, and then let's get this done up once more. And then if we flip up the panel, so they make it in 2 materials. You can get a cotton or a linen. I've got the linen, and it is really lightweight. There's these bits where there's more structure and they've put some padding in here, but otherwise the bits that are actually going over baby are just 2 layers of material and this really thin, quite soft linen. It feels slightly plasticky. It's not the softest linen I've ever felt, but it's totally fine. It is nice and it is really lightweight. And you can see we've got, instead of having the buckles here, we've got the buckles there. And I think that allows for really quite a nice outward position. So there's nothing to change between inwards and outwards, but we've got this real shaping to the panel. You can sort of see as I bring it up over baby, do you see the panel's really shaped quite strongly to give this sort of buckety seat and this like hourglass bit for the baby's legs to come out at. And this bit will fold down to enable them to see when they're forward facing. And then I can pull the straps down and across, and then they plug in all the way at the front. So I was sort of used to sort of searching them at the edge of the panel. Oh, if you use the safety elastic, you might get tangled up. Instead, they're right in the front of the baby, so they are kind of pulling across the tummy a little bit. So it makes it even more important to tighten by lifting and wiggling first, so you aren't just sort of yanking on baby's tummy. And then we can do the same on the other side. So once I've got this, I really do like the positioning for outward facing, and I would say of all the carriers that are lightweight and offer outward facing, this is the only one that has this really beautiful bucket seat. So if you're really interested in outward facing, you spend a lot of time on it, but you want something lighter than like the Ergos, the Tulas, the Baby Beyond Harmony. This is a really nice lightweight outward facing position, outward facing carrier, and you've got a really beautiful position for baby. It's not overly wide across their legs, they've got a lovely sat position, arms can come out. Really is a nice outward facing position. My worries a little bit is then inwards. So if you don't have an adjustment to go inwards versus outwards, is it really doing inwards as well? And I think this is quite key because outwards is quite a stimulating position. It's not a position baby can be in all the time, and it's not a position they can sleep in. So we want to ensure that they're going to spend just as much, if not more, time inwards. So we want to ensure that that is comfortable too. So if I bring these across, let's assess it together. So there and there. Great, and then we sit baby. So again, we've got it goes nice and wide. I have to say I was quite worried about it coming in so much that would feel less secure, but because these really pull out, I don't know if you can see, I can really pull these out. I've actually got a really nice inward position as well. I'm worried that would be too narrow here, but actually it's really not. It's still got plenty of support. It's just probably a bit more airy, which for a carrier that's aimed at warmer climates and aimed at the summer, it's probably not necessarily a bad thing at all. So yeah, we're getting quite a nice positioning. In terms of sizing, the idea with the adjustable is that it should go, they say, from newborn. I think in reality, probably more looking at like 6 to 8 weeks as a bare minimum, and then through to 2 years. It's weight tested from 4 kilos to 15 kilos, so I think that tallies with about 6 to 8 weeks through to roughly 2 years. You can wear it like this, inwards, outwards, as we've done. You can also wear it on the hip, and you can wear it on the back. There's an extra strap that will allow you to have a chest strap. So I'm wearing it crossed at the moment, but you can use the extra strap to wear it in the H position. So in that way, it's going to fit a whole range of different parent shapes and sizes, because you can accommodate for different shapes and size shoulders with either cross or H, as I've chatted about in many videos before. And you've got that to do the back carry. I should say, however, they supply it unattached, and I think I have already lost it somewhere. I'm sure I'll find it, but I don't always love it when things aren't sewn in and supplied unattached, because then it's easy to lose, and then you can come to back carries and go, oh my god, I now don't have this strap. If that happens, you can use a shoelace instead, but I didn't like it if they sewed it in. The one thing I haven't really talked about is the shoulder straps, and I think this is the thing that really sort of lets the carrier down a little bit. I get this one. Again, it's that really crunchy, not very nice feeling padding. However, they are light. It is really comfortable when it's done up. So I think I'm probably just nitpicking on that. It's just, I think, overall, the whole carrier, it gives a really nice position. It feels really comfortable and really nice, but to the touch, it just feels, I guess, obviously cheaper than a lot of other carriers. And this is kind of a bit of a surprise, because it's actually not really cheap. I think they retail around 100, just over, but then you've got to factor in shipping costs. So Seoul are an Indian-based company, and at the moment you need to ship it from India. They are really set up to do that. They are shipping things to the UK market, but you do have to then pay extra shipping. So I think by the time you've paid extra shipping and taxes, this probably works out at about £130. So it isn't cheap, yet it does feel noticeably cheaper to the touch compared to others. But that said, it's really comfortable once it's on, if that sort of thing doesn't bother you. If you're somebody who likes the feeling of linen, then I could see you could get on with this really well. It does offer a really good positioning. I feel like I'm going to have to report back in a few months when I've had a chance to try it on with more babies. I've tried it on with a few, and I've had a couple of parents just not feel so comfortable with the positioning of the buckles here and that pressure on the back, and not really feeling so comfortable with how it feels, and this, like, that it's not, then people start looking at the stitching and not having maybe as much faith in it compared to others. Nothing I've seen so far makes me think that that's really grounded. I think it should last, but I think I'm going to have to report back in like a year or so and see if that is the case, how it stands up to wear and tear. If you've any questions at all about this carrier, it's still quite new to me, so I'm still getting used to it. I would really appreciate the questions. I will then, try it out more and report back. But I hope this has been helpful. Yeah, and if it has been helpful, please like, subscribe, and I look forward to hearing your thoughts on it. Bye.